Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of today's update video. We are talking about the Galloper's Gambit, which is a race. There is a ghost who is known as the Torment One, has basically summoned you to do this race. Now, you have to take 3 of your soul shards, so you will need 3 to do this race. Galloper Thompson is going to eventually hunt you down. Essentially, he's going to hunt you down while you're in Jorvik, but it can only happen if you are out of Galloper's Keep. So, you will gamble away 3 soul shards, and if you come back and he hasn't caught you, you get 5. But you have to have that encounter with him, and you have to make sure you stay as far away from him as possible. You can't let him catch you, otherwise you will lose the 3 soul shards that you already spent. So, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to demonstrate this for you guys. I'm going to talk about a couple things as well, but mainly Galloper's Gambit. Alright. So here it is. A dark memory of Galloper is hunting you. The moment you step out of Galloper's Keep, he will start looking for you. You won't know when he will strike, but you will know when he is nearby by the ominous fog surrounding you, and by the beating hooves of his horse, and by his chilling scream as he charges toward you. If you manage to outrun him for a time, you will be rewarded. If you're caught, nobody knows where he may bring you. Alright, so in exchange we do 3, and then eventually we will get 5 back. That's the idea of this. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on this. Alright, so I made it around dusk time. So the way that this is going to work is we basically have to wait for him to show up. So I'm just kind of gonna trail a ride around Golden Hills Valley and see if he shows up, which he should. That's at least how it works. Alright, so he hasn't shown up yet, so I'm gonna just kind of sit here and wait, because he kind of waits for the perfect opportunity, but it does take anywhere around 5 to 10 minutes, if I remember it from last year, but it might be different, but I have no idea. So, we're just gonna kind of just sit around and kind of wait for him to show up. Alright, so he has not shown up still, so we're gonna move a little bit farther up the trail and see if it'll trigger him to come and find us finally. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so now the trick is you gotta outrun him for a certain amount of time. And you'll get 100 horse XP, I guess, every time you do this. And I think that was 5-ish soul shards we just got. So that's a pretty easy way to get soul shards. And as long as you can outrun the horseman, and I just did it on a level 1 horse, that's how it works. And yes, you can do this as many times as you want. I don't know if it'll give you 100 each time, 100 XP each time, but we can try it and see why not. Alright, you guys, so the last thing we're going to talk about is pumpkin hunt tips and tricks. The pumpkin hunt obviously has changed a little bit from last year. You can only do it once a day instead of several times a day like it used to be, because you would trade in for the tokens. And obviously we do have that, but you can only do this again once a day. And the pumpkins don't have their own token system like we did in years prior. So you access this quest daily through a portal in Galloper's Keep, which I'm standing right behind. Just look for the giant pumpkin, which is right next to me, of course. The portal transports you to Golden Hills Valley to start the pumpkin hunt. Once you've successfully snagged your pumpkins, you you can head back to Galloper's Keep and talk to the pumpkin behind me again for the large reward. Or the reward that you get from doing the daily quest. And that's pretty much it. Except for one thing that I do want to make note before this video ends. Alright, so in the news it said the American paint horses moved to Starshine Ranch, but I just went and I didn't see them. So apparently they're still here at the riding hall, in case anyone's wondering why they're not at Starshine Ranch. I found them, and I guess Star Stable kind of messed up. And, well, they're still at the riding hall. So in case anyone's wondering. Alright, so here he is. I found him. Oh, so it will give you 100 each time. Oh, well, guess found another new way to train horses. That's always good. Alright, you guys, that is it for this week's update video, and this is the last part. Next week, we get the continuing, finally, story of Galloper Thompson. If you remember last year's, I will obviously have it linked in the end part of the video here, so if you guys want to watch that and catch up. But that's a continuation of the story, which I have been waiting a year on, and it's been killing me to wait for the last part of the story. But next week, we're finally getting it, and I believe the previous week after that, there's the part 2 version to it. So, very excited for that. I hope you guys are too. I absolutely love these new magic horses. This guy is absolutely favorite. Yes, I said guy. He's a boy. He's a stallion. I know it says in the description it's a mare, but to me, it's a stallion. Alright? Alright. So as always, you guys remember to keep positive. Happy trails, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Bye!